Y'all, I've been waiting like all day, been marinating and thirsty to get off work. So I'm gonna say a couple of things before I get started. First things first, please turn your listening ears on. Like first step, turn your listening ears on, take your defense off, and listen with an open mind and heart. And I don't usually do this before videos, but I feel like for this one in particular, I need to re-emphasize that I'm a professional. And per the 9 letters behind my name, I have a little bit more knowledge than the average Joe about mental and emotional issues. Okay? So I just want to start there before people try me, because I'm really on my I said what I said, because baby, I have these 9 letters behind my name that tell me I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to matters like this. Okay? So I just want to start there. I feel strongly about this. Y'all know I told you when I'm passionate and I get excited, I get a little loud. So I'm going to try to make sure that I control my volume. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to try real hard. So I saw clips of this whole Ayesha Curry stuff, right? I saw a few clips, not the clip we're going to talk about, but I saw a clip from that Red Table Talk. And then one of my friends put in the group chat a screenshot from a status that was made regarding that clip that everyone's talking about. And I was like, you know what? Before I even indulge, let me go watch the whole Table Talk. So this morning on my way to work, I sat and I watched the whole thing. And then I went and I read the status. And let me just show you all the initial status, okay? I'm going to just start there. Let me show you all the status. So I finished the video and I'm like, that's it? That's all she said? This is the comment that got all these men shook and in an uproar? Y'all have shown, a lot of men have shown today, baby, how emotionally stunted you all are. Like, it really just blew my mind to see that it was that simple comment that y'all took and y'all ran down the motherfucking street, around the corner, up the block, downtown with that shit. Like, I was really sitting here waiting on like something like wild. And I'm just like, she's taking this moment to be vulnerable on a platform that people feel comfortable being vulnerable on. And you all are taking that moment to shame her. And I am do y'all see my face? I'm disgusted with a lot of y'all niggas. Like, this just don't make no sense. I really try not to call people dumb, but y'all dumb. Like, y'all, because essentially what you're doing, y'all are gonna sit here and shame this woman for being human. Like, that's what I think is crazy. Y'all are shaming her for being human. Like, I think that there is a big double standard that occurs when marriage happens, right? So when a man gets, when people get married and a man looks at another woman or whatever, we excuse that behavior. Oh, he's a man, like, he's gonna find other women attractive as long as he has eyes for you and doesn't act on it. It doesn't matter that he looks at other women. You women are insecure and you shouldn't feel like a man looking at another woman is a threat to you. That's what y'all be saying, right? But the moment a woman says that she feels a little insecure behind the fact that her superstar, always in the spotlight ass husband, husband gets all this fucking attention and she can't even get somebody to look her way, it's a problem. Make that make sense. Like, y'all think that marriage absolves somebody of being human. Oh, I'm married so that every innate feeling or emotion that I have is supposed to go away because the rest of society, or not even the rest of society, some of y'all deem it wrong. Huh? But yet y'all will sit there and say that, oh, a man, he was who he was, and he's a man, so he's going to be attractive. But when this woman sits here and she's vulnerable and honest and says that it bothers her that she does not get any attention, then, oh, well, no, she should only be worried about attention from, well, I could say the same thing about what the fuck I just said. What you need to look at another woman for? You got the one that you wanted, right? But that would sound dumb to y'all, right? Okay, I just wanted to start there. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot of is comparison of them being a couple and a married couple and other people. Well, y'all go on a public forum with a boyfriend, and or a man or a husband, and say what y'all just said. We Joe Schmo and Sally Sue. We're not Ayesha and Steph Curry. Nigga, you're not Steph Curry. So, the context is different. That man is a superstar. She is simply saying that when she goes out, she doesn't get the same amount of attention that he does. And y'all would say, oh, well, she signed up for that. No, that's bullshit. Because they are still a union and they are still a pair. And yet, because of who he is and his status in society, people see him differently. They see him first. They will sit there and ignore. And she said that. People act like, and anybody that's dated somebody who has a little bit of like status, and it ain't even got to be on a big level, but people will ignore the woman like she's not standing there for the sake of talking to that man. So what I really want y'all to understand is it's a bigger picture going on. The only people who do not like attention are, and I'm gonna go with women just because I work with women who deal with this. The only people who do not like attention are women who have a history of being sexually abused or assaulted. And that is because a lot of times a defense mechanism is to make yourself look away so that you do not attract the attention of the opposite sex on purpose because of that fear. Everybody else that is human and has a pulse in some way, shape, form, or fashion likes attention. So for you all to say, well, she's getting it from her husband. How do you know he's giving her adequate attention? Oh, well, he posts her all the time. Y'all are missing like the bigger picture. Like, and that's why I'm saying when you are she's been with him all of this time. And she said in the last 10 years, not period, but in the last 10 years, she has not gotten the attention that he gets or any at all. And let me tell you another reason why that is. So, men are more likely to respect their union because of who her husband is. That Steph Curry, men are more likely to be like, oh, nope, let me not even look that way. Let me not even think about it because of who he is and his status. Whereas women see Steph, and again, like Jada mentioned, the primal instincts kick in. Women see Steph as status, power, something that they want. And so they are going to be less likely to respect the union and the marriage, therefore giving him more attention behind it, and Ayesha receiving less. Are y'all following me? I just want to point that out. I've heard people that are married, people that are in relationships say, just because when they go out, if somebody still look their way or tries them, even though they know damn well that they married, it feels nice to know you still got it. Because more than likely, you haven't gotten the same amount of attention that you did when you were single, right? And that's okay. Like, why do y'all have to shame her behind it? Like the same guy who made that status, when somebody said, oh, well, men say all the time, like, it's nice to see that they still got it. Well, they need, that's not cool either. And I'm just sitting there reading, and I'm like, by whose rules? Like, y'all are not even married, or y'all haven't even seen a real marriage to understand that, baby, there are no standard rules to this. You set the rules in your marriage. So to sit there and to try to speak for Steph, That's not right. That's disrespectful. All that other shit. Like, I want y'all took Nipsey's word as bond, right? And what did Lauren London say that he said, which was, you do not own people. You do not possess people. You experience them. So y'all sitting here shaming this girl because she expresses an insecurity? Like, that's whack. And I see why so many marriages fail nowadays, because y'all think y'all supposed to own a person and that somebody's innate desires as a human stop the moment they get married and that everything just cuts off. No, that's not how this shit work. Like, I want y'all to really understand it. So let me get into a few other things. Let me really sit here and break this down with y'all. So one of the quotes that I took from that same status of somebody saying was, if it was Steph saying he's got a good woman at home who takes care of his kids and supports him, but he's saying he outside attention would be nice, then people would be up in arms. No, the fuck they wouldn't, because it would never happen. Context. That would never happen because he gets all the attention in the world. That's the point y'all missing. Like, there is no reversing this because he is the superstar. He is the one who gets an annoyingly amount of attention. Meanwhile, here we have Ayesha forced to kind of sit in the back seat but alongside of him. And yes, he shows her off and all of that, but that's not the same. Also, let's take a minute to point out that this woman is 30 years old and she's been with the same man since she was 18. He was probably her first. I think they've said that, like, because they're very Christian based. And she has 3 kids under the age of 30, while she's under the age of 30, by the same man, who is one of America's favorite NBA superstars. And again, like I was just saying, she has always been his shadow. That why do you think she spoke about how important it is for a woman to invest and have her own and achieve her own passions and goals beside her man? Because you will sit there and you will get lost and you will feel invisible. Because here you are, yes, he chose you, and that is beautiful. And he's getting attention from his peers, from other women, from the world. It's different. Like, y'all mans, y'all don't have that status. So y'all mans can't even sit here and really have the capacity to understand that this shit is bigger than the regular folk shit that y'all really thinking of. Oh, well, if somebody else did, if y'all did that, or if your man did that, like, shut the fuck up. At the end of the day, she just want people to see her the same way that they see him. And another thing that I saw that people seem to like to keep throwing out there is mentioning his money. And like, money fixes all problems. And the reason why I know y'all slow and broke is because money, if you paid attention to anybody who's committed suicide alongside, even though they was rich, you know that money does not solve everything. Money does not absolve you of having the certain emotions. Y'all think it does because, again, y'all brokies and y'all sit here and believe that money solves everything. I don't even have the most money, and I understand that while money would fix a lot of my problems, it's not going to fix anything that is internal that has to do with me being unhappy or any of my insecurities, unless it comes to my body and I can go pay to get the work done. But outside of that, y'all need to get, well, she has all of this and she's still ungrateful. Like, she's not ungrateful. In fact, after she said the statement, she was like, and that's not what I want. I'm just saying it would be nice to be reminded that a bitch still got it. And like, people keep bringing up how amazing Steph is. Okay, outside looking in, Steph is amazing, but Steph is just like any other man or any other person. When you are in a relationship or a marriage for an extended period of time, people get complacent. They get comfortable. So no, the attention in which he showed her when they were teens and he was trying to get on that with her ass is probably not the same attention that he's showing her now. And I did see some women say, like, this might be a cry for help, and I'm not going to make that assessment, but that's an option. You know what I mean? Like, so again, he, being a basketball player, being on the road a lot of the time, and then being together for so long, it is very plausible that he does not give her the same amount of attention that he used to, or the way or the manner in which she would like it. And I'm sure they've communicated about that at some point. I'm gonna touch on that a little later. But it could be something as simple as, babe, like, you know, I need you to make me feel like a bad bitch. Like, as soon as I walk around, I need you to slap my ass. Like, something as simple as that, that of course when you young and you fresh and y'all passionate and y'all just started, yeah, it's gonna feel like fire and you're not gonna have no ass for anybody else. And she still don't have no ass for anybody else. I'm just saying that there is a chance in which their relationship is not as spicy as it once was, and he does not give her the attention that he used to. Okay, that happens. Like the chase diminishes significantly once you have somebody, and anybody that's been in a relationship knows that things do not stay the same, and you have to make an effort and you have to work to keep that spark and that feeling of he wants me in the relationship. It's not just a matter of, oh, they got married, blah blah blah. Yes, that's that she knows that she's not looking, but he used the word, why you care about the Quan checking you out? Like, that's y'all are, it's just going straight over y'all fucking heads. And let's not forget that, like I said, she is a mom of 3 in a very short span of time. So let's talk about motherhood. Let's talk about how that changes your emotions. It changes how you feel about your body. It changes how you see your relationship. It changes how you think your man feels about you. I ain't never been pregnant, and I know this because, again, I'm a fucking professional. Let's not forget that. And I know countless women who've had the same stories about, yes, they have great men, and yet they still don't feel like themselves, or the bad bitch that they felt like they was before they had kids. So again, it's more complex than y'all are making it out to be. Oh, she said that, and that means she's looking for attention. What y'all need to understand also, and me and y'all might have a hard time really understanding this, is that sometimes wanting attention does not equal cheating, or the want to cheat, or the desire to cheat. Sometimes women like attention from the niggas at the gas station that they don't want to see, but it's nice to go up there and you could look real bad and the dude be like, hey baby girl, you looking real good today. It makes us feel good. We don't want that nigga, but it was nice that he noticed us, that he acknowledged us, and that's what y'all don't seem to like really understand. Is a lot of women, we like to be complimented. Men like to be complimented. So I don't understand how y'all are perceiving her saying, you know, a bitch could use a compliment, you know, every now and again when I go out. Instead of people acting like I'm not here, or that they can't, because that's another thing. People may act like they can't speak to her because they know who her husband is. Let me not say nothing. That might be misinterpreted. I don't want Steph to think I'm pushing up on his lady. I was talking to my coworker about this, and a part of it, which we will openly acknowledge, is ego. Everybody has ego, and everybody got a little pride. And the ego part of it is, okay, when I go out, everybody and their mama looking at my husband, and ain't nobody looking at me. Ain't nobody saying nothing to me. It's like I'm not even here. Like, yes, that's going to bother you. So it's okay to acknowledge that our ego drives a lot of our insecurities sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, what I really want to touch on is the fact that I keep seeing people say that by her saying this publicly, that is disrespectful. Oh, she can feel that way, but God forbid she say it in front of the world. Who are y'all? Who are y'all to call that disrespectful? How do y'all know that Steph interprets that as disrespect? Because more likely than not, they had a conversation about the potential topics that would come up when she went on that show. And more likely than not, she's already had this conversation with him. Already had it. So y'all are sitting here, oh, well, that's disrespectful and she didn't have to say it. One, the only reason somebody really put this nicely on social media, the only reason she maybe should not have said this publicly is because the audience, you all, don't have the maturity or the capacity to really understand what she's saying. Like, who makes the rules? Do you make the rule in that relationship on what is and what isn't disrespectful? And she actually, to have said this in public, she chose the right forum to do it. She chose Red Table Talk with Jada, knowing that this is a space in which people go into it looking for growth, looking to heal. It's not like she went and did that shit on some catty shit in another interview. She did that shit in a space full of women who she knew would understand her. So yes, that was the appropriate place for her to do that. And you know what? By her being that honest and sharing her story in the same way that I sit here and I share stories with y'all, and other people sit there and they share their truth, because it's going to help somebody else. It's going to let somebody else know that their feelings are valid, because all y'all been doing all day is invalidating that girl's feelings. Oh, that's wrong. Who are y'all to say that how she feels is wrong? I keep telling y'all can't tell people how to feel or what to do or dictate the rules in their relationship or the guidelines, because you think she shouldn't have did it in public. Her man knew she was going on there, and her man probably already knew the concerns that she has. It's kind of like, oh, well, if I say it behind your back, I say it to your face. She done already said it to the man's face. So for y'all to sit here and interpret that as disrespectful for a relationship that does not involve you is beyond me. Like, she picked the best forum possible to have that conversation and to be open and candid and vulnerable. And here y'all been acting up today. It's like whenever celebrities are a little vulnerable or honest with y'all, the internet just turns on them. It makes me sad, because that's why so many of them are like in bad headspaces despite the fame and the glory, because it's so many of y'all that won't even allow them to be real people. Because y'all judging and shaming every single thing, and y'all wonder why a lot of women are so guarded, and we act so tough. Because I've gotten that from guys before. Why are you so tough? You ain't gotta be like that. It's because y'all don't give us the space to share our true feelings without being judged or shamed, and I'm sick of it. That is why women walk around with these hard shells and these attitudes, because when we try to be vulnerable, when we try to be soft, when we try to let people in, we get judged for it. And I'm here to tell y'all that shit is not okay. You don't get to tell somebody how they should. A big part of the issue is y'all don't really understand how emotions work. Y'all grew up in households where people didn't let you express yourself. People told you to stuff your emotions, and people convinced you that certain things were only meant to be talked about indoors. How you think so much abuse and other dysfunctional shit got swept under the rug in black families? It's because people try to silence them and tell them that it's not appropriate for them to discuss this shit with other people. And now y'all still walking around perpetuating these same ideals that it's wrong for us to talk about shit because y'all are uncomfortable with them talking about it. But if that is their truth and the people in their lives are okay with them talking about it, who are you to fucking judge? Like, y'all, men, y'all sit here, a lot of men, y'all sit here and y'all scream logic, 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 logic. And that is because you do not even understand how your emotions work. You've suppressed them and repressed them because that's what society tells men that they need to do in order to be perceived as masculine. But one thing I will say is y'all are really taking her statement personally, and I'm gonna take it personally now. Like, I'm passionate about this shit, because I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all demean or shame a woman for expressing her insecurities. I'm not gonna let y'all do that. So yeah, you can say that I'm taking it personally, because now I'm attached to the shit, and I'm a woman, and I'm gonna be attached to it. And I feel like it's important for me to educate y'all on how detached you sound from your emotions. Like, for real, for real. It really sounds like y'all are projecting. Y'all are projecting y'all own shit and spirit and experiences onto this, and y'all are just making it worse. Like, I understand the whole having an opinion. Everybody can have an opinion, just like they got an asshole. But sometimes the opinion is not, what do we talk about? Necessary. It's not necessary. And just because we have social media forums where we can share it doesn't mean that you should sit here and talk down on somebody because you don't agree with their insecurities. Because that's pretty much what y'all saying. Well, she shouldn't be insecure. You can have everything. Women can have everything and still have a problem, because what you deem as everything, your perception of what having everything is not the same as that person's. So that's what I really want y'all to understand. Jada was right when she said that when you get into a relationship and you're truly committed, or you get into a marriage and you're truly committed, your radar, it goes off. It goes off. I told my mom, like, the neighbor had been flirting with my dad. And my mom picked up on it. She wasn't worried, but she picked up on it. I asked my dad, like, Sherry be flirting with you? He like, I don't be paying that lady no mind at all. So for him and for everybody else, like when you truly committed, you're oblivious to it. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I'm glad she pointed that out to Ayesha, because what Ayesha probably don't even realize is that the same men trash talking her, shaming her, was kissing her ass, begging for an Ayesha Curry when she hit the market, when she hit the scene. Oh, well, all y'all bitch need to be like Ayesha Curry. Remember y'all was comparing Ayesha Curry to Cardi B? Women that like me versus the women that I want. Like, y'all was on her heels. And now all of a sudden, with the same motherfucking breath, you gonna sit here and you gonna shame this girl. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, honestly, truly. And the pick-me-ass women who are agreeing with these wild-ass perspectives. I seen one girl on the status talking about, well, he need to come get me, because if she doing all of that, he don't need to be doing that. Blah, 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 blah. And if it was me, I wouldn't even be looking nowhere else. You know why? Because majority of y'all hoes been popping pussy since you was 12 years old. You should be all attentioned out. You done had all the attention you need. And that brings me back to what I wanted to mention earlier, which is the fact that homegirl Ayesha, she ain't never had no whole phase. She ain't never just got loose with the girls for real, and been able to like just really bask in her womanhood and her adulthood. Because let's remember that she's been married to him since before she was even truly a woman. Before she truly came into her womanhood and really got to even have fun with the shit and see what type of woman she really will have turned into as far as like the opposite sex before him. And to sit here and say that people can't be curious about what life would have been like, or you know what different dick would have been like that it ain't nothing wrong with sitting there wondering. The girl ain't saying she finna go out and fuck the next nigga that look her way. Like, that's not what she's saying. And I feel like that's how y'all interpreting it. And the last thing I'm really gonna say is I just feel like people love to say what they would do in your situation when they would never even have an ounce or a chance in hell to be in that position. Y'all wouldn't even have a shot at achieving that type of relationship, marriage, or that status of having a marriage, a healthy marriage, and a long-lasting marriage at their age in the position that they are in. So y'all need to pipe down, because all the comparisons, oh well, you guys, it's not the same. It's not the same. It won't never be the same, because most of y'all will never be in that position at all. But yeah, y'all know I had to say something, because I'm just never gonna sit here and watch y'all talk shit and shame somebody over expressing a normal human emotion because you feel like either A, they shouldn't feel that way, or they shouldn't have expressed it in the way in which they did. Not Eliana Vance. Not on my watch. You're not gonna do that shit, okay? And I'll call out everybody, because y'all know I ain't afraid to shake the table. And again, let me remind you all, I'm a professional. So, I'm going to say, I said what I said, okay? I think I got all my points out. I'm pretty sure. So y'all enjoy the rest of you all's day. And just think twice before you get ready to tell somebody or give an opinion on how somebody else should feel. I'm going to conclude this video with two of the really good statuses that I saw, or comments from men, married men, whose perspective we give a damn about on this topic. Because I just feel like men are more likely to listen to men. And of course, I seen them arguing with other men because of how slow some of y'all and emotionally stunted y'all really are. So I just want to share in my video with those, because I think they're pretty special, and they make me know that all hope is not lost for the male species, and some of you all actually do get it. And I appreciate y'all. I really do. All 10 of y'all, because it's about 10 in the whole world. I appreciate all 10 of y'all, for real. So, here you go.